The most recent numbers now is we're getting over 10,000 unique visitors a month to a Austin area guide for EVs that registers about 1,000 EVs a month. So we're sending a sales funnel of 10 to 1 through the dealerships of unique visitors coming to the buyer's guide. And the buyer's guide, what I think makes it unique is phase one was general information and all about the vehicles and calculators and great stuff. But then we ramped up to a version 2, which has the real-time inventory, new and used, at the local dealership. So not only someone can see the calculators and the programs, they can see this color, this cost. Oh, here's a low mileage. I just recently looked at the buyer's guide. There's several great used EV commuter cars for $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 under that $10,000 mark. And these are great vehicles, as well as all the new vehicles coming online. Most recently, we're seeing upticks when we run a campaign around promoting the buyer's guide. We can get 1,000 unique visitors in a day is what we're seeing spiking right now with a good campaign. So there's definitely a lot of interest. And that's also, I think, one of the key reasons is Austin relates to a little over 20% of the Texas market, even though it's only a little over 3%, 3.5% of the population. The county in Austin is the highest county of EV adoption in all of Texas. So I think, thanks a lot to the Buyer's Guide and other programs and just the culture of Austin, I think, and working with, I think all that comes together to really put Austin in that leadership position and identifying very early that the point of sale is so critical because when someone makes a car decision, they're kind of locking that in for about 10 years, whether themselves or the secondhand market. So we really wanted to, front load that decision-making process and not lock people into another 10-year decision on internal combustion engine, but give them as many tools and as ease as possible. And I'll say we went live almost right before the pandemic. So that was also an interesting timing. And in some ways, maybe very well timed because what we saw is people didn't want to go into the traditional car buying business model. You go in, you're greeted by a random person on rotation on the sales floor. You're supposed to drink coffee there. You might wait there a couple hours while they sweat you out on price. And now you're in this environment and you might not be feeling safe and you're just not getting out as much. So by putting that as an online presence, you could just click and then through relationships with generally it's the local internet sales manager or the sales manager, or they identify a key person. You can just have that. You can pick the car kind of remotely, just have it ready for you to go. And so you can be very quick, in some cases, even delivered. So you just have a model, which frankly looks more like the customer experience people were getting when they're buying Teslas, a lot of information online, order online, that kind of stuff. We kind of gave that framework, if you will, for the traditional local dealership who were still struggling. A lot of them were still struggling to sell EV units out of the door effectively.